Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Barak Dash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and my Heavenly Big Brother, Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching His truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Bashim Shah, trying to put a spiritual bug in you Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called Black Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? That be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like, for example, a Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called white person or so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. Got some videos lined up about AI, robotics, drones, facial recognition, face scanning, and the chip implant. Yeah, I got a lot of videos, but I'm going to play them, Lord willing. I'm going to get into the scripts my best ability, say whatever I got to say through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, the Holy Spirit, the Kurhak Badash. Lord willing to be on me. Let's get it.
A woman in Shanghai recently spoke out about her experience with facial recognition at a subway station. She said that when she needed to use the restroom, which is outside the ticketed area, she was required to scan her face to enter and exit. She expressed concerns over personal data privacy, calling the system ridiculous. The incident happened at Longda Road Station. Because the restroom is outside the turnstiles, passengers must use facial recognition to access it. The woman, surnamed Zhang, said the process left her confused and uneasy. She explained, to use the restroom, you have to scan your face to exit the turnstile. The staff said, you scan again when you return, and it cancels out. I think this is a huge privacy risk. Facial recognition shouldn't be used in places like this. The subway company said the system prevents double charging, and emphasized that the data is not stored or used for any other purposes. But many questioned if it was really necessary to scan a face just to use the restroom.
Well, people have to get their face scanned to get toilet paper. They get charged for using toilet paper. Yeah.
One online commenter joked, what if the scan matches and the person disappears after using the restroom? Others noted that facial recognition in the subway is mainly for security. Some passengers may already be on government watch lists and are monitored closely. In recent years, petitioners from across China have traveled to Beijing by subway. On December 22, 2025, a woman in the Shanghai subway shouted, down with the judiciary, down with the Chinese Communist Party.
Oh, man, you know what's going to happen to her ass. She gonna disappear. They going to lock her ass in her apartment probably and weld the doors up. Or either they going to just snatch her ass up and throw her ass in a fucking concentration camp, a re-educational center or some shit.
The video was quickly removed. Facial
quickly removed.
recognition has been used in Chinese traffic police systems for nearly a decade. Reports show that Shanghai traffic police piloted the system in 2016 to catch people not wearing seatbelts or using phones while driving. Today, the technology is widely implemented across the country, shifting enforcement from targeting cars to targeting individuals. The technology is deeply integrated into daily life. At Shanghai Hongqiao Airport, travelers can board flights using only facial recognition. Some residential communities also use scans for entry, and gyms can identify members from several meters away. In China, using facial recognition for everyday tasks has become standard, but it has sparked repeated controversies. Earlier, a blind man was denied a mobile phone card because he couldn't pass facial recognition. On May 4, 2025, Mr. Guan, an 80-year-old blind man in Yangzhou, visited a mobile service center to get a new SIM card. He was required to complete a facial scan. Born without eyes, Mr. Guan couldn't open or blink them, making facial recognition impossible. Even after showing his disability certificate, the staff insisted that scanning his face was mandatory. In the end, he could
the blind man getting a hard time.
Only register the card under a relative's name. A staff member explained that facial recognition is required to prevent new SIM cards from being misused by others. When asked if there were alternative verification methods for someone like Mr. Guan, staff said they didn't know. Even more serious, in some cases, people have to scan their faces just to escape during a fire.
Boy, this shit is ridiculous, boy. Coming to America. And the UK.
On May 25, 2024, a dormitory at Communication University of China caught fire. Students said the smoke alarms didn't go off.
They had a picture of some chains that chained up the door. I don't know.
The escape routes upstairs and the doors downstairs were locked, and they couldn't scan their faces to get out. The fire extinguishers were broken, and none.
Wow.
of the safety equipment worked. On November 10, 2024, a dorm at Qilu University of Technology in Shandong caught fire. Students reported that the emergency lights weren't on and fire drill doors were closed. They were blocked by turnstiles, and students had to scan their faces one by one to escape, while dorm staff ran off first. On January 3, 2025, students at Anhui Normal University said that even though the pandemic was over, the campus was still under strict lockdown. Entering the campus or dorms required facial scans. Turnstiles at the school gates and dorm doors meant that in a fire or emergency, students had to scan their faces one by one to get out. There have been many similar controversial incidents. In April 2025,
That's a goddamn shame.
at the China Education Equipment Expo in Chengdu, a tech company showcased a new attendance system with 360-degree facial recognition. If students requested leave, parents and teachers were notified on their phones, making it impossible to skip classes unnoticed. Online commenters joked, "Just put electric shackles on the students," and 1984 has become reality. In August 2025, at a middle school
Man, this gonna have to be the point where people gonna, hey, man, these people gonna have to say, fuck this shit, especially these niggas here. I wonder how Jake feels, Speckled Birds feel being in this type of environment. I don't know, but this is it's clearly not your risk, and it's coming to America and the UK and everywhere around the world, all around the world. So don't you worry.
in Duan County, Guangxi, the school worked with China Mobile to force students to use a facial payment system for meals. Students and parents protested.
Oh. Get your face scanned. Oh, matter of fact, it's leading to getting your hand scanned. That chip implant to get food. Yeah, that's going to get a lot of people on board when it comes to that chip implant.
And under pressure, the principal promised students would get dinner that day, and the fees would be refunded. On October 28, 2025, a smart campus system manufacturer in Jiangsu released a video promoting its new unnoticed facial capture system. The system links with leave management and dorm lights attendance, automatically tracking whether students return to their dorms on time, and sends the data to teachers' phones in real time. After the video was posted, many online commenters ridiculed the situation. Interestingly, facial recognition in Chinese officialdom has sparked a backlash that seems almost like a dark joke.
Damn, they all damn look alike. I mean, they do. Shit.
To Wenzhou Metropolis Daily, on November 27, 2025, a man reported that in his Lijiayang community in Wenzhou, several local officials were falsifying attendance records. The party secretary reportedly ignored the camera above the check-in machine and led the way in using face masks to clock in. Surveillance footage shows several officials holding multiple masks, taking turns at the machine. Each scan was recognized as successful, including the party secretaries.
Even with his hand over the face, you know, he using a mask, but his fingers are covering up the chin area. It's still passed. It's okay. Whatever.
When the public complained, the official response was vague, and the matter eventually faded away. Online discussions noted that the masks worked because the facial recognition system is fairly simple.
Speaking of masses, well, I ain't even gonna get to it because this is not about. It's not about, this is about AI and facial recognition, chip implants. But yeah, they were talking about this. Somebody on the news, some news network. This bald head dude, Edomite looking guy. He got the Mission Impossible masks on. And they caught his ass. They caught these motherfuckers wearing them masks to dupe the people. I don't know where the real person is at, but this nigga wearing a mask on Fox TV being interviewed. And then next time he got interviewed, now they cover up how they found out about his neck. The mask, the end where the mask ends at around his neck, it was exposed around his neck area. So they had put like a high collar to cover that shit up. But he was wearing some kind of shirt that was exposing his mask. You know what I'm saying? The end of his mask around his neck. And this nigga was wearing one of those hyper realistic masks. And that's what these niggas will do. They'll do a bunch of deception and trickery and shit. Anyway, I'll have to get to that video a little winter sometime. Because, man, this place is fucked up, man. Anyway, let me get to the next video. Nigga, you get your face scanned just to exit. What kind of shit? You know them motherfuckers ain't gonna be doing it. If the fucking building's on fire, they gonna hold that goddamn door open. Hold the door open so everybody can get the hell on out. Everybody ain't gonna be trying to get their face scanned just to leave out of a burning building. That's fucking retarded. Next video.
The Kenyan state.
But this the world we coming into is already here. It's gonna get worse.
Has evolved rapidly when it comes to digitization of state security. We have moved from what was previously targeted surveillance to indiscriminate mass surveillance.
On one hand, we have the smart cities approach, in which surveillance capacity is embedded in public spaces. And then you have the mobile phone as being the main avenue through which the government is able to enact surveillance for different capacities.
Someone hacks your phone when you're brought into a police station, or someone taps your phone, or somebody finds your data through a telecommunications company to know your movements and see who you're talking to.
If Kenya continues down the path of indiscriminate mass surveillance, what we are staring at is a total collapse of democracy.
Yeah, I don't know about no democracy, but shit, you're gonna lose your freedom. You ain't got none anyway. Shit, especially as an Israelite man, woman, or a child.
Kenya's democracy, like any other country, remains a work in progress. But there are growing concerns that under President William Ruto's administration,
Yeah, puppet. Yeah, New World Order puppet.
the freedoms that Kenyans fought and died for are being eroded. And they can sense it. As Amnesty International put it in a report last year on government surveillance, this fear, everyone is feeling it. Democratic decline is usually a process, but sometimes it can be defined by a moment. And for many Kenyans, that moment came in 2024 with the youth-led anti-government protests that gripped the country for months.
The 2024 protests were a pivotal moment in Kenya's protest organizing. It was the first time we were having a youth-led protest, because predominantly protests have been organized either by political leadership or what you'd call the tribal leadership. And so it was the first time protest was being decentralized from these two centers of power.
They didn't expect this size of protest this quickly, this decentralized. And the response to that, therefore, is to fall back on the mechanisms that they do have to be able to control, to police, to intimidate, which is surveillance.
This is why we saw what we saw with the protest, the pinpoint geolocation of activists, the social media monitoring, the unmasking of IP addresses. All that was because of the escalation that the state needed to find out who the mobilizers were.
And this would manifest in abductions, around 82 abductions in 3 months leading up to December 2024. Those abductions were done at night, they were done in broad daylight, and
Snatching people up off the streets.
obviously for someone to come for a little known ex-user because of your activism online, they have to know exactly where you are.
And they coming with guns too.
Of those 82 abductions, most were eventually released, but 29 remain unaccounted for. They simply disappeared. The government denies involvement, but its conduct suggests that this is a story it doesn't want to talk about. Kenya's use of surveillance is expanding rapidly, both in scale and sophistication. A report released in March named Kenya as one of 11 African countries that have collectively spent more than $2 billion on mostly Chinese-made mass surveillance systems, like CCTV, facial recognition, and biometric data collection.
And some of them chip implants, which be biometric, digital IDs, chip implants,
Governments often play
microchip implants.
on fear when explaining to citizens why this technology is necessary, to protect them from crime, for example, or in Kenya's case, terrorism. But the rights that Kenyans have surrendered will be
Yeah, they're gonna use that everywhere around the world as an excuse.
difficult to get back. And with weak regulation, there is little to stop these same tools, built for security, from being turned on dissent.
In last year's protests, people who were out protesting were arrested and they were taken to prison, and the charges that were leveled against them were terrorism. Those are huge charges in the country because that means you can be denied bail because you're a danger to the public. The bail amount will be super high, which means you cannot afford it as a young Kenyan. So the implications are major. It means that the primary method of organizing, which is social media, will be removed from the picture.
Hey, the prophets, the believers of Yahweh Shema Shah, that's where we gonna be at. But yeah, be on trial, be locked up. Some of us might be in prison for, I don't know, but some of us might escape. Saying, hey man, and put to death, the hanging, the goddamn, what's they call it, firing squad or guillotine. Shit. Yeah, it's coming down the pipe, man. This is what it's gonna be like, and it ain't just in America, all over the world.
Because that place is flooded with eyes that could get you at any time.
Kenya,
Man, yeah. You speaking about, hey, but I don't give a fuck, man. If it's gonna come down to this, if it gonna come down to persecution, fuck it, so be it. I want the Lord to free me from out of this place, even if it got to be death. It's easy to say death, you buy death, but I just want to be free out of here, man, not be part of this shit.
is a country
I'm
that
tired of this fucking world.
It is reeling from the effects of terrorism. We had a massive terrorist attack in 2013 at the Westgate Mall, 2015 at the Garissa University, at the Dusit D2 Hotel. And so when you accuse someone of participating in acts of terror, you basically stigmatize them. You condemn the protest, and I may not be able to live
Big old ass.
the normal life after participating in a protest, after expressing myself online.
Despite Kenya's extensive legal surveillance powers,
Ain't gonna be a time to be silent. I'm gonna pause the video for a minute, 41 seconds. All praise about Shemel Shah, the why about Shemel Shah, but it's gonna lead to a famine of the word too.
illegal methods are still being used. There are numerous reports of Kenyans, from prominent opposition figures to members of the media, having spyware installed on their mobile devices while in police custody. But the story that keeps coming up is the role of Safaricom, the largest telecom provider in the country. With around 50 million subscribers, it dominates the mobile phone market. It controls nearly 90% of mobile money transactions, the backbone of Kenya's digital economy. Therefore, it holds vast amounts of sensitive data on most Kenyans. For years, Kenyan journalists and privacy watchdog groups have accused Safaricom of giving the security services unrestricted real-time access to user data, something that would require a court order. The company has always denied those claims and has been known to get litigious whenever they arise, so the allegation has lingered, never fully proven, and not properly dismissed. Then came the trial last year of David Mukaya, an ordinary Kenyan in the dock for sharing an AI-generated image of the president in a coffin. Charged under the Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Act and up against a state prosecution in possession of his private data, for many in the courthouse, it looked like an open and shut case. Until the defense began its cross-examination of a police liaison officer at Safaricom, the person tasked with handling requests from law enforcement.
Were you provided with a court order, as far as this case is concerned, for you to provide that data?
What he'd given was triangulation data of David's location, David's identity, and everyone that David had been speaking to between a time period that was requested. And his answer was shocking, because at that time, they had no court order.
The order is not there.
It's not there.
Which means that Safaricom and law enforcement broke the law to arrest him. That was big because it gave an answer, finally, for how the government could pin your location at any time. He was acquitted of those charges against him, and now there's a big spotlight on Safaricom to explain themselves.
So they going to be start changing some shit up, so make sure they don't make that error, or I don't know. Anyway,
We contacted Safaricom to give it an opportunity to respond to the claims in this report. We didn't get a response. But the surveillance story in Kenya is not just about one company holding the data of millions, or a government increasingly willing to blur the line between criticism and terrorism. Each on their own can hold enormous power, but together they form a system that is undermining one of the pillars of democracy.
Privacy is a foundational and important right in the context of a democracy. If your financial transactions are tracked, if your movements are traced, if your communication is intercepted, there is nothing else that people can do in such an environment other than to self-censor. And once self-censorship happens, then free expression collapses. And once free expression collapses, then democracy collapses.
There's so many things that we take for granted in a functional democracy that are almost completely absent in Kenya, and privacy is one of them. The ability to have space whereby you can be critical and you can meet with other people who are critical, and you can develop a language for what it is that makes you dissatisfied with your state, and that you can organize around that. That is all.
I'm gonna stop right there. We need the Lord. We need the Lord now. Let's get to the next video.
In the next Titan Quest 2 update,
Imagine in the future, you say something the government doesn't like. Yeah, they'll shut off their money, but they'll also shut off your car. They'll shut off your ability to sell or use your retirement assets, or your ability to sell your home. I mean, this is truly the last step in all of this, and it's not been discussed. And the bill's about to pass. You have what? Stocks, bonds, real estate, commodities, whatever.
Your
else.
car you might own, right?
Even your car. The Clarity Act is about creating a system for having digital tokens, just like a stablecoin is a digital token that represents the dollar. They want to create digital tokens that represent everything that we own. So they're going to be able to program, track, and censor not just how we pay, but what we own. And that's why I've been trying to explain that the Clarity Act is the biggest surveillance bill in the history of the United States, but it's been mostly marketed as, oh, well, this is going to give America the lead in innovation and everything else. What you have to know about this bill is, with this bill, all of your digital token transactions, the things that represent all of your assets, will be tracked in real time. The transaction history will be recorded, not just any individual transaction, but the chain of transactions, what you're buying and selling. That information will be retained for 5 years. It will be shared with multiple departments within the United States federal government, and also with foreign central banks. So when I say it's the largest surveillance bill, that's what I'm talking about. And people are like, well, this is going to be great for crypto because it's going to provide clarity.
No, they don't. They don't pause the video 1 minute 44 seconds. All praise about Shemel Shah, the body about Shemel Shah. It ain't gonna. Anyway, I'm gonna let the man and let the video keep playing. I lost my train of thought as soon as I was about to say something. Ain't that fucked up? We need to get out. We need new brains, man. We need new bodies, new brains. Anyway,
the clarity is they're implementing.
I got bad memory.
A digital prison. The clarity is that this is how we will own nothing.
And you will be happy, yeah. And you will be microchipped. And you'll be destroyed when the missiles come or the warheads come.
But you put the right bill and you throw enough propaganda behind it. There's been $200 million spent by the crypto and banking lobbies. Everything about it, I've actually put up a thing on day2026.com where I analyze the bills. I show you which former regulators are working on it, who all of the trade associations are. There's no one sitting at the table negotiating these bills that is concerned about our economic freedom or our financial privacy. So it's not part of the bill because there's no one there actually even advocating for it. So when you take these things together and then you throw on AI surveillance, Palantir, what Doge accomplished, which was not $2 trillion worth of savings, but connecting Palantir with multiple federal government databases, we now have all of the elements of technocracy. And this has all happened without any protest or any resistance.
What's wild is that this honing on the Clarity Act, I've been kind of covering some of these things happening at more the global level, looking at what the IMF is doing, some of the BIS, et cetera. But just I think it was like 2 weeks ago, the IMF just published this paper, right, where they're saying, okay, what is real-world asset tokenization? The IMF just called it a structural reconfiguration. So the IMF just published this note on April 2nd, calling tokenization a fundamental reconfiguration of financial architecture, where they're looking at real-world asset tokenization. And like this is like, when I saw these things happening even a year, 2 years ago at the global level, I was thinking, okay, the unified ledger and some of these things, I was like, this is frightening, this is dystopian. But now, as you mentioned, right here, the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act of 2025. All right, this is it, right? This is the exact. Okay, this is crazy because if you look at it and you think about, okay, I can maybe figure out ways of resisting CBDC, right? It's like, okay, one, keeping most of your assets outside of like the main banking system, because what happens that one day you get the notification from JP Morgan and say, hey, due to some sort of massive cyber attack or AI, which Altman's out there warning about, they say we've now converted your funds into digital tokens and you'll still be able to spend them and everything, but now it's this tokenization of that. Like that's one thing, but thinking about the tokenization of your house you own, of the whatever assets that you have, like that's kind of, you look at what's happening in China, you look at some of the things that kind of tie into CBDC and the controlling of using, okay, hey, you can't access your money to buy this thing because of XYZ. Well, this goes so far beyond money. This is basically taking everything around us and tokenizing it, which means they can track it, they can take it away, they can make you have permission to have it. It's almost like, in a lot of ways, it's look at what video ownership used to be 20 years ago. Growing up for me, it was you'd have this big library of your VHS tapes, and there's something kind of cool about that, right? Hey, we got the new movie, it came out, the new Braveheart movie, you got your double VHS for it. Now that's all being done digitally, and not only are you paying for subscription to everything, it's like, oh, I wanted to watch that, but now it's no longer included in my Apple Plus subscription or whatever. So that's just kind of a tiny little micro example of what happens when they take the physical and they digitize it, and then they make you basically play by their rules if you want access to that.
Yeah, video games too. And now shit, since people can't afford video game systems or either buy a video game, the full version video game, you can play it, rent it online, streaming. You can rent a game. That used to be that way when you rent a physical game and return it back. Now you renting a game, subscribing. You're subscribing to a game to play and a gaming system to play. And you don't own that shit. These niggas gonna make so much money off that shit, but man, fuck all that. But anyway, man, this place sucks. Pretty much saying all that, this place fucking sucks. It's gonna really suck bad when they start to pretty much implement the chip implants. I ain't gonna play no more. If you wanna watch the rest of the video, I'd like to keep playing, but I got so much to cover. If you wanna watch the rest of the video, they go to the title of the video, they go to the channel, and move on to the next one.
Performance, durability, affordability. Only one place does it all.
Now, I want to say this. I might as well go and say it now. I got a YouTube copyright strike on a channel. Not a channel. It was a YouTube copyright strike I got from YouTube. And it was a video I did about plagues and natural disasters. These niggas hit me with that shit and they said it was a video I was playing that was copyrighted. And I'm like, it's a video that I always play videos like this all the time when I use to make videos about the plays of the Lord. Why all of a sudden I'm getting a fucking it's fucking retarded. It's like about as retarded as, let's say, I play a clip of a TV show or a movie from but the video coming from a channel that's not the official channel. Like say if there's a TV show about Spider-Man, should be coming from Sony? No. Is it coming from Marvel YouTube channel? No. Is it coming from, I don't know, is there anything I'm playing ain't coming from MGM channel plus or Disney plus, any of them channels on YouTube? No. It's coming from a rinky-dink channel from some random dude that work a 9 to 5 that got a little YouTube channel that probably got 100 subscribers, and he play. And then this nigga here playing a clip, 2 or 3 minute clip of a TV show, and I'm using it as an example for a video, for my video, but I get a strike because I'm showing it in my video. Well, tell me that doesn't make any fucking sense. This shit makes no goddamn sense. It's stupid. I get a strike for playing a licensed video, but then this person doesn't, and this shit's still up on YouTube. Anyway, I just want to say that.
Right.
Hope I said what I just said makes sense. But this shows you these devils are watching us.
What if I told you that a machine just solved a maths problem that has haunted the world's best mathematicians for 80 years? And what if I also told you that the same kind of AI doing this is the one that you probably used last Tuesday to write a birthday message for your cousin? This story is about maths. But don't yawn just yet, because this is also about something much bigger. About the moment machines stopped being tools and started becoming thinkers. Let's start with a quick history lesson. It was 1946. The World War II just ended. The world is rebuilding. And somewhere in the chaos, a brilliant, eccentric Hungarian mathematician named Paul Erdos was obsessing over dots on paper. Now here's the question he posed. If you place a bunch of dots on a flat piece of paper, what's the best possible way to arrange them so that the maximum number of dot pairs are exactly 1 unit apart? Simple to say. It's impossible to solve. For 8 decades at least it was. Think of it like this. Imagine you're at a party. You want as many people as possible to be exactly 1 arm's length away from someone else. So how do you arrange the room? Now do that with 1,000 people and then mathematically prove it's the best arrangement possible. That's basically what Erdos was asking. For 80 years, mathematicians assumed a neat grid pattern, like a chessboard, was close to the best answer. Nobody could prove it though. Nobody could beat it. Now OpenAI has a new internal reasoning model, and please just stay with me. Not a specialized robot, not a calculator on steroids, a general purpose reasoning model. The same kind of AI powering tools people use every day for emails, essays, vacation itineraries. OpenAI gave it a collection of classic Erdos problems, basically to see what would happen. What happened was a lot. The AI didn't brute force its way through millions of combinations. It didn't just Google the answer. Instead, it connected ideas across completely different fields of mathematics. Specifically, it brought in concepts from algebraic number theory, a fancy branch of math dealing with number patterns, and applied them to a basic geometry question about dots on paper. That's like fixing your car engine using techniques borrowed from origami. Unexpected, weird, but apparently it worked. The result? A new infinite family of dot arrangements that surpassed every known construction before it. In other words, it didn't just match the best known answer, it beat it. And mathematicians have verified the proof. And here's where I need you to pay attention. Remember, I just told you this is not just a math story. This is bigger than
Alright, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Let's get to the next video.
On May 15, 2026, Glendale Community College in Arizona held its commencement ceremony. Students walked across the stage in caps and gowns, their families sat in the audience with cameras ready, and when each graduate's name was supposed to be read aloud, the moment that ties the whole ritual together, the one thing that makes the ceremony personal, something went wrong. The names being read didn't match the people walking. Some names weren't read at all. The screen froze. The ceremony was paused. Graduate Grace Raymer crossed the stage, sat back down, and only then realized her name had never actually been called. Her family, a self-described loud family, hadn't cheered because they never heard the cue. Eventually, the college president, Tiffany Hernandez, took the microphone and explained, let's have a look.
So here's what's happening. We're using a new AI system as our reader. Yep.
That's just fucking pathetic. That's just fucking pathetic.
Is it true what they say? Is death...
I mean, they had to... I mean, come on, man. They couldn't have somebody on the stage to say it. Damn, that's just fucking lazy as hell. Instead, they have a robot to do it.
Really did. a
They can't even do their job right. They can't even say everything in ABC order. They skipping people now, calling them out, calling their names to come to get their shit.
Take AI pen testing. It's delightful.
So that is a lesson learned for us.
And so a human announcer was.
So that shows you AI is a flaw. It's a fraud. It ain't shit.
Brought in to finish the job.
Alrighty, everybody. I have the part of the ceremony that doesn't require AI, so as soon as we figure this out, we're going to be working next.
There is a certain institutional confidence required to tell a graduate they don't get to walk at their own graduation because your robot malfunctioned. That confidence did not survive contact with the audience. Afterwards, the college sent an apology letter to students. Grace Raymer ran that letter through an AI detector. It flagged as AI written.
But still, AI gonna take your jobs. Well, it's gonna be a hard time trying to get a job because that job is being worked on with AI.
Take stock of the situation. A college replaced the person who says your name with a machine that couldn't say your name, and then apologized with a machine that couldn't write an apology. I'm Al. I have a
Well, damn, I didn't even know they used AI to send an apology to people. Damn.
PhD in computer science, and I analyze AI developments to understand what's actually happening beneath the hype. And right now, what's happening beneath the hype is that graduation season 2026 has accidentally become the most honest public conversation about artificial intelligence that anyone has had all year, not because of what's being said at podiums, but because of what the audience is saying back. The Glendale incident was not an isolated event. It was the most visceral example of a pattern.
So I'm gonna say this too. Back to what I was talking about, I got hit by a copyright strike. So even if I throw this up, copyright strike disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, that don't mean shit. That don't mean shit to these motherfuckers. And I'm like, if that's the case, they violated. These motherfuckers violate. I ain't making no money off this shit. Clearly, I ain't making no profit. If these motherfuckers will read, I might not be saying it. But if they can't see that I threw this out, then they violated my rights, motherfuckers.
And that has defined this commencement season across the U.S. On May 8th, Gloria Caulfield, Vice President of Strategic Alliances at the Orlando...
Damn right, they violated my rights. Well, I ain't got no rights, but, you know, but they violated my rights for showing the videos and shit, and I ain't making no money off of this stuff.
His company, Tavistock, stood before the graduating class of the University of Central Florida's College of Arts and Humanities and told them this.
The rise of artificial intelligence is the next industrial revolution.
That bitch knew what happened. Man, get your ass off stage. Nobody want to hear that shit. These people about to go in the world. They about to go in the working world. But anyway, they about to go into the working field where AI gonna take their jobs already before they even get the job.
Okay, I struck a chord. May I finish?
Fuck no, get off the stage, bitch.
The next day, May 9th, Scott Burketta, CEO of Big Machine Records, addressed graduates at Middle Tennessee State University's College of Media and Entertainment. Let's have a look at him.
AI is rewriting production as we sit here.
And this fucking faggot right here.
I know it. Deal with it. Like I said, it's a tool. Hey, like I said, you can hear me now or you can pay me later.
Well, deal with it.
What a douchebag.
Is a bold rhetorical choice for a man who is actively the reason they have to deal with it in the first place. On May 15th, the same day as Glendale, former Google CEO Eric Schmidt was booed repeatedly at the university.
Who invited these douchebags there? It's like they just, it's rubbing, it's like they rubbing it into people. It's an injury or insult or what, you know what I'm saying? They bringing people that's causing people to not get a job or they fail in, you know, in the workforce because AI taking over. And they bringing people in that's causing this shit to happen.
University of Arizona. Let's have a look at him too.
So today we stand on this edge of another technological transformation, one that will be larger, faster, and more consequential than what came before. It will touch every profession, every classroom, every hospital, every laboratory, every person, and every relationship you have. I know what many of you are feeling about that. I can hear you. There is a fear.
And people already know what he about to say.
There is a fear in your generation, yet that the future has already been written.
At Columbia University, students and faculty organized protests against the university's plan to use AI-generated voices to read graduates' names during 2026 ceremonies for the second year running. I did a full analysis of the Caulfield incident, whether AI actually is the next industrial revolution, and what that comparison reveals, which I will link at the end of this video, but the pattern itself is what I want to focus on here, because something far more interesting happened on the other side of this ledger. On May 11th, Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak took the stage at Grand Valley State University in Michigan. He mentioned AI, and the crowd didn't boo, they cheered, they applauded, they laughed.
You all have AI. Y'all have AI, actual intelligence. My entire life in the
you are AI.
technical world, I've been following people that were trying to figure out how to make a brain, software, hardware, synapse chips. And I was at a company where the engineers figured out how to make a brain. It takes 9 months.
Every major outlet ran the same framing.
Yeah. I get what he's saying. 9 months. Yeah, I mean, get pregnant. Woman get pregnant, she'll make a brain. That's the most beautiful, special thing. But now a lot of these women now these days, they see it as disgusting. It's dangerous. They will die from pregnancy. Now some women will die from pregnancy, but not all of them. Shit, they make up excuses. But these witches, they goddamn kill their own little ones. I don't even know what the fuck. Anyway, this place need order.
Wozniak got it right, the others got it wrong. It's a messaging story. Speak to the graduates, not at them, and you'll be fine. I personally think that framing is shallow, and I think what's actually happening here is significantly more important than a lesson in public speaking. The standard analysis of this pattern goes something like this. The speakers who got booed were tone deaf, and Wozniak was emotionally intelligent. That is true, but it is the surface. Look at what Wozniak actually said. It would take too long to go deeply into what I think about AI, but we've been trying to create a brain. Is there a way we can duplicate a routine 1 trillion times and have it work like a brain? AI is one of those attempts. And then more, you should always try to think different. Don't follow the same steps as a million other people. Think, is there something I can do a little bit different? This is not...
Alright, I'm gonna stop right there, man. If you want to watch the rest of the video, be my guest. There go the title, there go the child. Let's move on to the next one.
This is Democracy Now! DemocracyNow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman in Denver for the theatrical release of Steal This Story, Please, and Juan Gonzalez is in Chicago. We end today's show looking at recent news on the fight over regulating artificial intelligence and the growing community resistance to AI data centers. On Thursday, President Trump abruptly canceled a scheduled ceremony where he was expected to sign a new executive order on AI regulations. Several top tech executives, including Elon Musk, Meta founder Mark Zuckerberg, and David Sachs reportedly warned Trump about the regulations. Meanwhile, Meta has sent layoff notices to about 8,000 workers, about 10% of the social media giant's workforce, as the company pivots to AI. This comes as Mark...
Damn, that's only 10%? Damn.
Zuckerberg acknowledged in an all-hands meeting to workers that Meta's training AI data on its own workforce. In other AI news, a federal jury in California Monday rejected Elon Musk's $150 billion lawsuit against OpenAI and Sam Altman. The jury ruled Musk waited too long to sue over the matter. To talk about this and more, we're joined by Karen Howe, author of the award-winning book Empire of AI, Dreams and Nightmares in Sam Altman's AI. It's now out in paperback. She's just helped launch the AI Resist List to document acts of resistance to the AI industry across the world. Karen, thanks so much for joining us from London. Though we only have a few minutes, if you could start off by talking about looking back across the pond to the United States. What happened yesterday? There was going to be an executive order on AI restrictions, and then apparently in consultation with Musk and Sachs, two of the PayPal mafia, and Zuckerberg, Trump canceled the executive order signing.
Hi, Amy. Thanks so much for having me. I mean, I think this is a perfect illustration of the moment that we're in right now, where these really powerful tech billionaires have fused with the state and are trying to override what the people actually want. 80% of Americans in the latest polling are concerned about AI. They support AI regulation. And because of the pressure that they've been applying to elected officials, there was actually, in fact, potentially going to be some momentum on that at the federal front. And of course, now there's this setback because the tech billionaires stopped it.
I wanted to ask you, in terms of the massive movement that's developed in the country, especially against data centers, that cuts across all political views. You're seeing Americans turning out by the hundreds and thousands in local city council and county meetings opposing these data centers. Could you talk about that movement and as part of this resistance?
This has been one of the most remarkable stories in the last year. In 2025, these data center protests successfully stalled over $100 billion worth of these facilities. I think part of the reason why so many communities are mobilizing, and it really does cut across political lines, as you mentioned, is because this is a manifestation of the thing that at the heart of what so many Americans are angry about right now, which is that there's this huge chasm in American society where there are these, we're minting the first trillionaire in the world, while simultaneously so many Americans are just trying to afford their basic life and trying to put food on the table for their kids. And in come these data centers. They're a physical manifestation of this because they consume an enormous amount of energy, they consume fresh water resources, they're hiking up people's utility prices and exacerbating that affordability crisis, all in the name of producing a technology that is concentrating yet more wealth in the hands of those very same billionaires.
And in terms of companies doing massive layoffs in the tech industry, California Governor Gavin Newsom issued an executive order calling on state agencies to explore ways to protect and prepare workers for the AI-related job losses. Your reaction?
One of the things that I think people misunderstand about these layoffs is they think that it indicates somehow AI is successfully replacing all of these workers. But what's important to understand is these tech companies, they're trying to get cost efficiencies now, in part because they're spending an extraordinary amount of money trying to develop AI technologies. And they're actually making a future bet that when they lay off the current human employees to gain current cost efficiencies, that they will hopefully then be able to automate them away later with AI. But it's not, in fact, a representation of what AI can currently do. But there are plenty of other sectors.
Pretty much it ain't working so well for these folks using AI to replace people. But they still gonna replace you regardless and put you on UBI with a chip implants inside you. Man, we need a Lord.
Outside of the AI industry that are now doing the same thing. They're also trying to make this future bet that they will be able to automate workers. And so that is what's actually having this cascading effect on the job market, where AI is being used as a justification to accelerate layoffs.
And can you finally, Karen Howe, in this last 30 seconds, talk more about the AI resist list?
This is a project that I did with a group of journalists, critical scholars, and AI researchers documenting resistance movements around the world. It is meant to center hope, it is meant to center action, and it shows all the different creative ways that anyone can actually participate in applying pressure to the AI industry, holding it accountable, and in fact shaping the trajectory of this technology.
Thanks for watching Democracy Now! On YouTube.
That's one ugly Jewish bitch.
Put a finger down if you have recently had an all-hands meeting where they announced that we are an AI-first company.
I'm anti-AI because I know that it's bad for the environment.
Yeah, damn moist-ass nigga.
Why is AI being absolutely forced down our throat?
Goddamn fag-ass nigga.
I don't want to see an egg turn into a fucking bird.
I'm so sick of AI. Like, I'm so sick of AI. AI this, AI that, AI, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whatever the fuck.
Companies are threatening to fire employees who won't use AI, while admitting AI isn't actually working.
I swear to God, I'm going to lose my mind if one more person at work sends me an email and they say, leverage AI to complete this task. As though I didn't need 7 years of industry experience to even apply for the job. What was the point if all you're going to do is ask me to put it in AI? Can't I use my brain? Am I not more valuable than ChatGPT? And I don't really give a what Copilot thinks.
The people resisting AI aren't Luddites or boomers. These are people who have spent years perfecting their craft and genuinely enjoy their work. Now we're all being told to leverage AI. And the result is a growing backlash as corporations push AI into every crevice of our lives.
Can I talk to a real person?
You bet. You're talking to a real live booking agent right now? Southern Charm and all. I can help you with reservations, special rates. Sound fair? What can I help you with today?
A real person at the Philadelphia location.
I hear you. Sometimes you just want that local touch. But if you really need to speak with someone at the front desk in Philadelphia, I can text you their direct number or read it out loud.
I called the number that was texted to me by the last robot, and I'm talking to you again.
Oh, bless your heart. I can see how that would be a little frustrating.
It describes itself as having Southern charm, then lies and insists it's a real person, as if we can't hear the truth. Not only is this replacing jobs, it's frustrating.
Oh, so that sounds like AI Eve. Let me go back. I was distracted. The Hornet. What are these things? Hornets. It was in my house. So I let him out the window. I had to open up the screen. I don't know how the hell he got in. I guess he got in when I let my dog outside.
At the Philadelphia location.
I hear you. Sometimes you just want that local touch. But if you really need to speak with someone at the front desk in Philadelphia...
Yeah, that sounds like Eve. That sounds like AI Eve.
I can text you.
I wonder if AI Eve got that shitty ass nigga woman attitude. Probably do.
Their direct number or read it out loud.
Yeah, it's like, damn, the AI got the voice and they got the attitude, the personality.
I called the number that was texted to me by the last robot, and I'm talking to you again.
Oh, bless your heart. I can see how that would be a little frustrating.
Bless your heart. Oh, bless your heart, sugar. I'm sorry, sugar. It won't happen again, sugar.
Frustrating.
It describes itself as having Southern charm, then lies and insists it's a real person, as if we can't hear the truth. Not only is this replacing jobs...
Say sugar or baby. You know.
It's frustrating to deal with. The comments on this one are interesting. We all died in 2020 and this is hell. So the AI agent connected you to another AI agent. Insane. The creator responded, I was in the AI loop from hell.
Raise your hand if you're sick and tired of all of these companies and platforms and websites forcing their stupid AI down our throats. Why did I open the Amazon app the other day and get confronted with a new button that's like, hi, I'm Rufus, the new Amazon AI assistant. Be aware that because I'm still in beta, I may get some stuff wrong. Then why are you here? If you don't even fucking work with
Can't do the fucking job right.
disclaimer of that this feature doesn't even work yet, get rid of it.
This AI FOMO has companies slapping AI into everything, as if we already didn't have chatbots. Why does an article have an AI summary for the article? Just read the article. Everyone agrees in the comments. Me reporting every AI TikTok ad as unpleasant. I hate that Pinterest is all AI now. I recently went on Pinterest looking for interior design inspiration, and it's just a bunch of AI photos.
Wow.
It's basically a digital photo album for ChatGPT generated images. There's no more creativity, it's just machine generated.
Like a person decided to put their bookshelf over here, or created a bookshelf out of something that's rarely done, or original. And I noticed another thing too. What they doing is with Nvidia. I don't know what they call that shit. I'm in the PC gaming stuff. Is it DLSS? They got a DLSS 5. Cause they got all these different type of generations of DLSS. And I forgot what it stands for. But it's some graphics setup shit for your settings for graphics. But now they got the one with the DLSS 5. You activate it. And they premiered this feature first time on, what was it, Resident Evil? The Resident Evil 9 game. And it made people look realistic. Basically, it's been upscaled by AI. And down there every game that has that capability or whatever. If you got the newest RTX video card that has the capabilities of the DS or D8, what is it called, DLSS 5, then all the fucking game, pretty much all the games gonna look the same. They ain't gonna look different from one another. They all gonna look the same. Well, the characters of people, they gonna look so realistic. They gonna look like her, but they all gonna look like realistic like her. That's about it. There's not gonna be anything that's gonna separate the games from this look and that look. They all gonna look the fucking same, no matter what game you playing. Anyway,
did AI slop?
And it's pretty much AI slop.
I don't know why brands don't understand that we don't want AI. Like, brands are finding it really difficult to comprehend that we, the audience, the people who
they don't want to hear what you guys say, because the only reason why, because these motherfuckers using AI ultimately to fucking oppress the shit out of you people. That's all it is. Surveil your ass, track your ass, especially when you got the chip implant inside your ass. That's why they want AI so fucking bad. That's it. Not to make your lives better. They think it's gonna make your life better. Now it's about fucking making their lives better while they got the AI eyes on your ass. And every other human being around the world, the cattle, the goyim. Anyway.
Watching your content.
And now I'm kind of nervous doing this video on YouTube, because now I feel like these niggas gonna hit me with a copyright strike or whatever kind of bullshit. Damn, I can't stand this shit. That's why I'm glad to do Odyssey, but I like to post videos on YouTube finally. And you see, this is what I have to deal with when it comes to YouTube. I'm surprised they don't strike me for... I've been doing videos talking about the baby dick sucking Jewish faggot fuckers. They ain't strike me on that yet.
Who are consuming your shit do not want it to be AI generated.
So they'll strike me on playing a video of somebody who a channel that played something like with tornadoes and natural disasters. I using that video as material to use for mine, and they gonna strike me for that. Anyway.
Back against AI.
The people have spoken. No more AI-generated slop. But these brands aren't listening. They don't care. A comment left on this video sent me down a rabbit hole. Prada fragrance using AI had me laughing. I went searching for this clip on Prada's TikTok, but it doesn't exist. That's because they received so much backlash, they deleted it, but not before the internet roasted them. This is the clip, and as you can see, it's some weird AI-generated animatronics. I don't know who greenlit this. Keep in mind, this coming from a luxury brand whose jackets start at $3,500. But it's not just in our free time that we're being forced to interact with AI. We're also being forced at work to keep our jobs.
Looking for work right now is so ridiculously difficult because what do you mean like 80% of the jobs I've looked at in the last 3 days have some type of AI component? Leave me alone. Let me do the work. Let me do it. I don't want the robot doing it.
The use of AI is eliminating our own...
Alright, I'm gonna stop right there. Everybody hates AI. I do too. I don't give a fuck about that shit. But they what they're gonna use, and they definitely gonna use it as a weapon. But they're the title of the video. They go to channel. I ain't even got to that yet, but yeah, they're gonna use that as a weapon, especially when they use AI to power their robots. But let me get to this last video. I don't know what this is about. It ain't the last video. It's the last video of AI, pretty much, of just plain old fashioned, I guess AI. But then everything else is physical stuff, robotics and such, and brain chips.
Okay, so we're talking about AI, and I want to show you this. This is coming from Donald Trump just a few minutes ago, and he's tweeting himself with Stephen Colbert. And Colbert's talking, Trump puts him in a dumpster, as you can see right there, and then he'll start dancing to YMCA, and the audience claps.
Hold on, let me go back. I never seen the video before.
Okay, so we're talking about AI, and I want to show you this. This is coming from Donald Trump just a few minutes ago, and he's tweeting himself with Stephen Colbert. And Colbert's talking, Trump puts him in a dumpster, as you can see right there, and then he'll start dancing to YMCA, and the audience claps. Now, just in terms of AI, not necessarily the content itself, but just in terms of AI, I mean, the thing actually looks pretty good. You can see it, right? If you showed me this, say, 10 years ago,
You would think this shit is real.
be scratching my head like, wait, what? Did this really happen? That kind of stuff. And I think you guys know, like, this sort of AI stuff is everywhere. Now, many of the channels that you watch use AI thumbnails nonstop. I personally don't like this stuff. I think it's ridiculous, but, you know, maybe that's what audience wants. I just tell you this, in terms of, like, quality, it's looking fairly realistic, right? You guys know this stuff. The problem
Yeah, some of the ones, some of this shit gets annoying when you're using AI. Where I don't have any AI thumbnails. There's probably one of them, but whatever.
I have with it is just outright lies, right? I can make videos about
and it's just what I find annoying is these niggas on YouTube, they still got these YouTube short videos, and they still keep upscaling them to AI, where they look cartoonish, they look animated, they look fake. Salakia, got gas. Stop it, nigga. This shit's fucking. It's like, why are you doing this? Well, I understand why, to get people, I guess, more used to this AI slop. Anyway,
people crying when they really weren't, or throwing people in
dumpsters. Annoying, man.
When they really weren't, or just doing things that are just they didn't actually do, right? It's a problem, and it's become increasingly more a problem when we have videos come out that will put words in people's mouths of things they didn't say, and especially say during election season, or you could talk about businesses where, like, let's say someone puts out a fake video of, like, hey, Elon Musk.
So it's gonna be hard for you to determine what's real and what's fake. Motherfucker could be actually doing something that's real, and they can just say, oh, it's fake. And that's how the elite gonna get by, or the lesser level elite gonna get by with anything. By when they start pushing out, they have something, a video that leaks out or comes out released. They can easily say this shit was fake. But what if it was actually real? Anyway, we need the Lord, man. I'm tired of this. Esau's a fucking faggot. He's a deceiver, putting a Jedi mind tricks on the world. I want to live in a world where everything is real. The food is fake as hell here. The air is fake. Do you believe breathing fake air? Drinking fake water? Eating fake food? Wearing fake clothes? Then all these fake ass people, the women fake. They just absolutely, oh my goodness, I hate everything here about this fucking world. Everything's fake.
Resigning or something like that, right? It's going to get insane. And this was
only the Lord can fix it. It says their AI fix is not what you think. Yeah, it's all full of shit.
In the Wall Street Journal today, it says the AI superstars who say a vibe slop crisis is coming. And they talked about a couple things that I thought were important. One, obviously, is this vibe slop or AI slop all over social media. So that would be one. I think we already know this one. The other one, which I think is a key, is vibe slop coding. I guess that's what I refer to. And just basically, if companies or people end up using AI to code everything, right, be it apps, websites, or whatever, you're going to have a bunch of just really poorly built frameworks. And for those of you in computer stuff like that, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this stuff. But just think about that, because the idea then would be we are replacing many junior engineers and junior coders with AI, and so we're destroying our own pipeline. And companies are thinking too much short term, or you could say, the government, the Trumpers or whatever, just thinking, hey, let's grab those profits now, fire everyone, and put in this AI assistance or whatever. And it may seem good for a few months, but if you do this over a long time, that's sort of what the argument here is, that things will get really, really sloppy. And say also too, if you destroy our pipeline, then we'll have very few people to fix it, and we'll be basically dependent on AI to run our systems or otherwise. And this reflects multiple industries if we're going that way. And it's interesting because I knew this was going on, but I didn't know to like what extent. For example, people are using AI, say they're talking about coding, this would be to do your own lawsuits. And they were saying things like, says courts are swamped with AI-powered do-it-yourself lawsuits. They were saying like, I think it was been doubled, the amount of lawsuits that you're seeing. I'll read, you can see. Thanks to AI, suing without a lawyer or defending oneself in court has never been easier. Okay. AI models allow anyone to turn a generic grievance about a workplace injury, small business dispute, into a focused complaint that meets courtroom standards. So, you're writing it well enough to where you can do these things, but the problem is you're getting just way too much of it now. This newfound ease is generating concern, not only among lawyers who could lose work, so lawyers are losing jobs, but also among judges whose dockets are being overwhelmed. And then I'm sure you're going to get in the scenario with people doing their do-yourself lawsuits, right, using AI, and the judges, like, they got too many of these things coming in, so then they'll have to use AI to read said lawsuits or judge on said ones and write said opinions, right? And you're getting this basically AI and AI action. And that's like much of our world will be like that. And then here it was saying that they did a study at was MIT and USC, found that the number of plaintiffs suing without a lawyer nearly doubled in the 12 months from September 30th, right? So that's nationwide that we're looking at that. And I was thinking about this too. Not only say how people do yourself lawsuits, you could have Trump administration or whatever governments, and then using AI to just.
All right, I'm gonna stop right here. If you want to watch the rest of it, be my guest. They go to title or they go to channel. Let's get to the physical stuff of what AI gonna be used for. Robotics.
Own wealth.
Don't worry, I'm gonna get into the scriptures at the end. They only got 2 scriptures to read. That's all I got on my mind. I'm gonna get to it, Lord willing.
Years of expertise.
This bricklaying robot has traded in the trowel for cutting-edge innovation. Meet Walter, or the wall-laying Terra-based robot. It takes on one of the toughest, most repetitive jobs on building sites, helping solve the serious shortage of skilled workers. Dr. Jan Talensky is the founder and CEO of JT Lifestyle Homes and the robot's co-developer.
When I did the survey, the average age of bricklayer in UK is 46 years, which means and nobody's learning it. So in 20 years' time, who is going to build a house?
I'm guessing he's a small header.
Says if you need a bricklayer.
Probably.
Walter could be the construction industry's much-needed hero.
This robot does 5 bricklayers and 1 laborer in 1 hour, operated by 1 man. It works in all weathers, doesn't need scaffolding, it's got all the plans in its head, it works by itself. All you need to do is supply him with the 2 pallets of bricks and it just flies. The tolerance of the wall is 2 millimeters. To achieve that with a bricklayer, it's probably only 1% who is that good.
The bricklaying robot builds walls at about 108 square feet per hour. It uses grooved, robot-ready bricks which allow it to grip, lift, and place. Walter requires a prepared first layer of bricks and must be monitored by trained workers. It is also designed to be more environmentally friendly.
It uses a glue so there is no cement, and as you know, mortar, as you know, cement is the biggest polluter of Earth, 6% of CO2.
And what kind of glue is that? What is that made of? Anyway.
Comes out of manufacturing cement and using cement on a building site.
With the UK government pushing to build 1.5 million new homes, robots.
What is that glue? Is that glue organic?
Like Walter could be game changers. Talensky says Walter could help attract young people to bricklaying.
We've done the research. I promise you, we will not say you will be bricklayer. We will say you will be a robot operator building with bricks. They love it. They enjoy it because it's like playing computer games. The future is we can bring in the young people to work on a building site because they prefer working rather with robot than doing a manual work.
Well, there go the bricklayers or brick masons and your jobs.
Work remote activated. Control your speed at the state alert.
Meet Ed. Hi, Ed. Ed is a Unitree G1 humanoid robot, one of the first models available to the public. Whether they're running marathons, catching flights,
Bebop travels the country for work,
making news headlines.
You're convinced this robot is going to be able to help in the family home?
Or taking an afternoon stroll. Robots like Ed draw a crowd.
Oh, he's got quite a grip on it.
Yeah. This is what Ed sees.
He's got a good grip on it. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, shake his hand. Bro, yo, you got hands, he gonna end up crushing your ass.
Quite a grip on it. Yeah.
This is what Ed sees. He's watching and listening, mapping where he is, recording interactions, and sending it all to the company that made him.
Ed has a LiDAR, so what it means, when it walks around, it learns about the environment. It sees everything. It records it. Second, it has eyes, cameras. It has microphones, so it hears everything. And it is sending information that is seeing.
Yeah, goddamn information where it analyze and throw it in the database. Even when it's on its testing phase or learning phase, it's still surveilling you people.
Recording back to the manufacturer.
Which is in China.
Which is in China,
Oh,
yes.
and it's from China. Yeah, that's what they got a whole bunch of them over here. Hell, you got sleeper cells. They ain't even enough. These niggas got these robots. Cause these motherfuckers go once the sleeper cells get active, these things can activate and go into kill mode too.
China has a long history spying on the United States.
But anyway, China got a long history spying on America. But America has a long history of killing Israelites, killing all you so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and speckled birds. But either way it goes, America, you just as guilty too. You spied on your own people too. So anyway, talking about China, I mean, they're spies. America, y'all spy too.
Using a
Don't forget Amalek, Israel, so-called Israel. Amalek spying like crazy too on people through the cell phones and shit.
Of cyber attacks, intellectual property theft, human spies, and building backdoors into communication and computer products sold by Chinese firms to the U.S. market.
Under Chinese law, the government could have access to information robots like Ed are collecting. To better understand Chinese-made humanoid robots, security expert Ivan Sirini ordered one, dissected it, and studied its capabilities.
What does it do? What kind of data it collects? Where does it send it to? What kind of risks there are?
Wait a minute, he dissecting what this robot's features about. You talking about spying? Look what y'all doing. Anyway,
that's what we wanted to really find out.
Serini and his team are sharing their findings exclusively with ABC News.
It's fun to play with Ed as long as we have control over him.
Can someone take control of the robot without us knowing?
Yes, definitely. It can be hacked.
It sounds like something out of science fiction, or the Terminator, or I don't know. Weaponized Ed does not sound like a friendly robot.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. They can all of a sudden take control of the robot when that time comes. Yeah, the sleeper cells, they get activated, and then they'll activate the robots that such and such own and have or renting, and all of a sudden that bitch go full autonomous on AI and grab a kitchen knife and stab the shit out of your ass, slit your throat. Know where the hell you know what your safe is at, where you put your guns and crack the safe and get your guns out there and start go Terminator on your ass, on everybody in the neighborhood.
Imagine the humanoid robots knowing how to pick up a gun.
Yeah. Look at him. He like, huh? He got that look like, huh?
Or a knife.
Look at him. He still got that dumb look like, huh?
Weapon or an object and turn it into a weapon. It's definitely a concern. I don't want to scare anyone from humanoid robots.
And it's not like China be the only one. Hell, you crackers be on that same shit too. You got robots that can do that. They just ain't got them manufactured here. Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I guess they manufacture them robot with a Tesla. I don't know, but Tesla, they got that same feature too. Somebody want to buy a Tesla robot? Guess what? That motherfucker down there do the same thing these Chinese robots will do. Look at the Tesla cars. Those motherfuckers go in kill mode. They'll go 150 miles per hour into a brick wall with your ass in it. Them motherfuckers self-destruct and blow up with their lithium batteries. These motherfuckers will all of a sudden put something. They'll lock. The doors will all lock and be put in reverse and roll back into a pond. Then what happened? It was an Asian bitch, and she was known to be somebody important or somebody that's wealthy that was put to death. She was locked inside a Tesla car, and the car automatically was put in reverse and rolled back into this fishing pond or whatever they had in their front yard or backyard, and just rolled up in that bitch. She drowned to death. She couldn't even get out that bitch because it was bulletproof, and she couldn't get out because the doors were locked, and they stayed locked until she died. Yep. And that's what all this shit be used for, is a death trap, a way to kill your ass. And man, it's gonna get crazy out here. That's why we need Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Because the devil come with that great wrath, and he don't have to just use human beings come after. He can use robots, Tesla cars, any kind of car, self-driving cars come and kill your ass. Look at him. Oh.
I bet. But definitely, security concerns and privacy concerns are real. But they're solvable. They need to be solved. It's about making them safe, making them secure, making them reliable, so they cannot be compromised and used against us.
Until then, a bipartisan group of lawmakers said humanoid robots made in China are risky, and there's a bill in Congress now that would ban the government from using humanoid robots made in China.
They give a fuck. Nah, they want. It's just like the TikTok shit. They want to say we want rights over using TikTok. Just like they want rights to be using these robots and tap into these robots so they can, whatever the fuck it is. That's all. I don't know. All I can tell you, man, this shit is going to go down. and you're gonna need to lower it.
China is trying to expand its technological, economic.
This nigga, he is not white. He is pinkish red. He like a fucking one of them little lab rats. Yeah, them little albino rats.
Economic and geopolitical superiority across the globe and reduce that.
Let's not get twisted. You gonna have Israelites that look like this nigga.
United States. So they do that by stealing sensitive information.
One of the concerns is the robot's ability,
and of course, yeah, that's what they really use for, weapons.
To learn on its own.
Who is in charge of what the robot learns? Is it the manufacturer back in China, or is it you?
It can be controlled over the internet, and somebody can be being charged behind the scenes without me realizing.
We watched Ed learn on his first trip outdoors.
Can you just press this button for me? Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
How much of this does he know how to do, and how much did you have to teach him?
We taught it to press that button because it never seen this button.
Then Ed learned to navigate doors, stepping on and off a curb, and jogging.
Come on, Ed, let's go.
Nigga, they ain't showing you the full, what's really going on. This nigga here is being controlled by a remote. But then again, I don't know. But most of the time, I remember these niggas controlling these machines by remote. Yeah. Well, VR headset.
Also learn to dance.
Y, M?
Oh shit! Hell no! Let's end this shit. Let's end this shit now. I don't not want to see or hear this damn song be played. Let's get to the next video.
Playful is pretty much how you would describe the greeting as we arrive.
Yeah, that thing rolling around. It's going around in circles. Kicking up dust. Strap a damn machine gun on top of that motherfucker or a rocket launcher. You really have some fun then. I know Esau have some fun then.
Parking lot of Latvia's Salonia training range.
Look at these niggas. They all militarized with the army fatigue.
Looking for the robots that are reshaping how wars are fought.
Say hello to Simba, the latest recruit for the Latvian army. It doesn't eat, it doesn't sleep, it can go 50 kilometers and carry 300 kilograms.
Ukrainian-made, it is a logistics drone, carrying ammunition, supplies, and casualties. Developers say Simba can be given teeth, modified to become a gun platform, depending on the mission. And its makers know they're on the edge of a revolution in warfare, ground drones, or UGVs, and the first-person view drones, or FPVs.
Now we have battalions, brigades of FPV drones. So I would say that UGVs are going through this way right now in 2025, 2026. I believe that 2027 is going to be a boom in this industry because right now it is impossible to fight without these UGVs. We wouldn't survive without it.
Survival is one thing, winning is another, and Ukraine's defense minister says he's determined to raise an army of killer robots. As a weapon...
Why is it always that you can't have robots? You know damn well that all these robots going to be used as weapons. You can't make a robot that's used for this. What I know they use for search and rescue, but most of the time it's a weapon. They can't use these robots to I mean, I won't want to fucking use a robot to do surgery on me. Fuck no. Shit no. But they can't use these robots to do search and rescue or do hazmat cleaning. No, they mostly use these motherfuckers for weapons. And that's all I hear about. Them using these robots, machines, remote, either controlled by remote as weapons. Okay, that's all Esau used. He turns anything into a fucking weapon.
The rise of drones started in the sky and then spread to the sea.
They're gonna be using these same damn robots on you Israelites. Oh yeah, look at this nigga right here.
And now finally to land,
squeal wheels.
Much to the surprise of experienced soldiers.
I think till the war in Ukraine, nobody anticipated that drones will be so important on the field.
Since 2024, Ukraine has become increasingly effective hunting Russian tanks and lately, Russian soldiers. The Russians have fought back. Social media has been flooded with images of this new kind of warfare. And watching the horror, Canadian soldiers on the front line of NATO's Latvia deterrence mission.
I think it's definitely something that a lot of people are seeing. Obviously, it's all online everywhere.
What do you? I mean, if you're watching like ISR videos from Ukraine, what are you taking away from that?
Mainly how dangerous they are, for sure. For sure. How much of a threat, different things. The main thing that we all think about is, what would we do, right? How do we defend against this?
Aerial drones have become so pervasive, so effective, and so deadly.
Damn. That shit leveled that house. Hey, man. This devil gonna come with great wrath, bro.
They have created a new kind of stalemate at the front lines in Ukraine. And a kind of paralysis for Western armies which are trying to learn the lessons of modern warfare.
Previously, there weren't any limitations on personal movement. Actually, because of the absence of the drones on the field in the field. Now it's totally different, and we have to think
you need the Lord, man.
About the change of personnel, replacement of personnel, first of all.
And then more recently, there was this.
Так виглядає сила. Загартована боєм.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announcing what may be history. Ukrainian forces, he says, took back a position from Russians using nothing but drones, both aerial and ground drones. It's like something ripped straight out of Hollywood and The Terminator. Experts say it probably wasn't like that.
The Russian, even the morale to fight, the will to fight, the capability to fight is kind of lowering and just...
Man, shit, the Russians, they got the same or even much better equipment. It's all this the drone warfare. This is World War III. We into the technological battlefield or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Anyway,
degrading over time. So
I mean, see this new way of fighting is what was that scripture at? Not taking anything away from this scripture, but the modern way of fighting is where is it at? Here you go. Isaiah chapter 9 verse 5. For every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. That was the old way of fighting. Hold on, I got a burp. Slocking. Yeah, with sword shields and punching and kicking people in the ass, and they got animals, dogs, war dogs and war elephants and rhinoceros. And shit, they probably have war hippos. They come in there and run your ass over and munch on your ass. War hawks, like birds they're used for training for war. And all these animals. They have everything back in the ancient times of war. But now, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, with missiles, rockets being used as burning on high octane jet fuel, or either diesels running off of tanks and shit. But then also you got in this modern time you got drones. Yeah, it ain't just missiles being deadly and all that other shit. Got drones, air, sea, land drones, and they got strapped with them machine guns and explosives, and they be making them constantly. And shit, we need the Lord, man, because these days it's getting wild out here, and it's gonna get worse. Man, I'm gonna end this video. If you want to watch the rest of it, they go to the title of the video. They go to channel. One more video? Nope, two more.
So Iran's nuclear ambition isn't the only threat keeping Pentagon war planners up at night. Iran has become very good at building and using drones quickly and on the cheap. And sure enough, U.S. intelligence shows Iran is already building them again after many manufacturing and storage sites for drones were damaged in U.S. and Israeli airstrikes. And it's not just Iran that relies heavily on this cheap technology. It's become the go-to weapon for asymmetric warfare. Ukraine uses drones to fight the much bigger and more powerful Russia, and many say right now Ukraine is winning.
But what about Russia? Russia got drones too. They know about this shit. That's how they winning. And then not too long ago, they damn brought a fucking hell of a attack on their ass. It was yesterday or 2 days ago on Ukraine. Shit. What was that shit? It was a drone and missile attack. First, I guess they brought the drones in. Them niggas in Ukraine talking about some. Oh, we shot down such and such drones, but did you shoot down the missiles? Nope. And I mean, I'm not on nobody's side, but you know, these niggas that put out the news, they full of shit.
Has reportedly amassed
and
more
now
than
all of a sudden Cuba, they got a bunch of drones. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. What the hell? Like the United States pull out. They might as well go ahead and take that country already. They've already got this shit. They just go ahead and take the shit.
300 military drones.
What they try to do is get the green light from American citizens, because you know these niggas fall for anything.
Could be used to attack the U.S. They got them from
Look, all them Israelites in Cuba. Look, all them Israelites in Cuba. Different shades of brown.
Got them from Russia.
And they ain't got no fucking real army, man. They just some poor ass niggas just trying to get by.
So where is America's arsenal of cheap, effective
Yeah,
drones?
where they at? They spend all their money on fucking Mercedes-Benz missiles and shit. Bentley missiles. I mean, Lamborghini Tomahawks and shit. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. $300,000, well, no, $3 million for a fucking missile.
Well, we're working on
They
it.
showing you that these niggas are weak. They're stupid too. They don't realize cheap routes usually be more effective.
The U.S. Department of War plans to build a drone force of 300,000 units by 2027. Right now, the U.S. Armed
And I
Forces...
bet you a drone like that cost you $50,000. What the fuck? Why were you $50,000 for that little fucking shit? It isn't even necessary. And where's the mission at? That drone probably going like maybe... It's probably traveling like maybe 500 yards away. That's 500 yards away from it, or 200 yards away. That's as far as it's gonna go. I mean, that's how far they plan on going. You can get a little cheap little $80 drone that can do shit like that.
have only about 16,000 unmanned aerial vehicles, otherwise known as UAVs. A new drone dominance program aims to increase that number to 19 times over. News Nation national correspondent Alex Capriello is live in Michigan at Camp
My point of playing is I wasn't sure what I'm going to be watching. This is my first time watching these videos. So I don't know what I'm expecting to watch and what's my first and best impression. But I can tell you, man, they're going to be using this shit for weapons against you Israelites.
Which was just
Especially you against this damn bullshit system in this world.
designated a National Drone Advancement Center. Alex, what does that mean?
Yeah, Elizabeth, it's very clear that drone technology is at the forefront of modern warfare. And I got a first-hand glimpse right here at Camp Grayling, where the United States is positioning itself to lead into the future.
The future of America's military might depend on soldiers at Camp Grayling in northern Michigan.
We have things you can do here you can't do anywhere else.
And right now, the Department of War demands they master everything drone.
It's urgent because of the way that the battlefield has changed with the use of drones.
Well, how come they didn't use them at first? It seemed like they weren't using them at all.
It's not a panic by any means.
Believe it or not, America, long proud for its assertion as being the most dominant defense in the world, is actually
becoming a laughingstock of the world.
Playing catch-up. The Pentagon learns more and more every day from
Yeah, they're
Iranian...
talking about trying to make cheap missiles. Yeah, they had some. What was it? I think I played a video. The video was about America trying to find out how to make some cheaper missiles.
and Shahed drones, which deliver maximum damage at minimal cost. Likewise, Ukraine has proven it can stand up to Russia with an emphasis on three principles: be cheaper, faster, and more explosive than the enemy.
Does it ever feel hard to keep up with warfare? Because it changes, it feels like almost every day.
I need to air them tires up in this truck.
Warfare can be hectic, it can be confusing, and the best thing you can do is have that soldier that can adapt, overcome, and accomplish the mission at the end of the day.
The reality is, here in the U.S., the rank and file leads the way. 31-year-old Staff Sergeant Sorrells built this $700 drone with 3D printers and cheap parts found online. Low-ranking soldiers don't just take orders anymore. They research, develop, and then inform their commanders, a bottom-up approach contradicting decades of established American war strategy.
They have actually used their own funding, their own money, to purchase 3D printers and to...
What? And America can't fund that shit? The American government can't fund that?
build drones and to develop things that we need right now.
Hey, you're gonna take off?
Put on the goggles and you can see the benefits of first-person view drones. They go fast and can be equipped with lethal payloads.
It's meant to attach explosives onto this and then run it into a target and blow it up.
So this is what we were talking about.
This is one of those, yeah.
Go and kill some of you Israelites. We got some domestic terrorists, black Hebrew Israelites on target. Send the drones. Yeah, and they be going straight to the IUIC camp, blowing them niggas up. Let's see if Jesus Christ gonna save your ass. Yeah, you ain't calling on Yahweh Shema Shah, you calling on Jesus, and that nigga, Jesus gonna leave your ass hanging off pieces off of a tree. Your ass get blown up in smithereens. Part of your arm gonna be in the bushes, and some of your leg gonna be in a tree limb. Oh, they filmed this shit like, damn. They filmed this shit like earlier this year because there ain't no leaves on no trees. I guess they up. I don't know where are they located at. I don't know. This probably was like a week ago somewhere up north.
This $100,000 drone launches vertically, then soars through the sky for up to an hour, gathering intelligence.
Like it's already trees are starting to grow leaves.
And when it locates its target, the UAS platoon launches this one. For training, it's loaded with footballs. For war, it's explosive weaponry.
You know, the explosives are chasing us, right? And so it's a complete change that we're trying to adapt to it and learn how to deal with and overcome.
But counter-drone training is just as much playing defense as offense. Say an explosive strikes a target but doesn't detonate. This $250,000 bird will go...
a little shit like this. And then something like this shouldn't even be no $250,000. Hell no, because now they got something way more advanced than this shit. The price on this shit should be like way cheaper. But man, let me be quiet.
Airborne. It's the first line of recon.
We'll send this up, we'll go down to the scene, take a look, kind of assess the situation, what we have to deal with, and then we'll bring it back. Just like that.
Wait a minute, why is there a wire hooked up to the damn thing?
Next, robots roll in and take out the threat without
Yeah,
putting
they had like a wire. I don't know what was that. It's probably an antenna. Yeah, is it an antenna?
$1,000 bird.
It's the wire. It's a wire hooked up to it. I don't know. I'm like a fiber wire, fiber optic wire. I don't know. It probably like an antenna.
We'll go airborne. It's the first line of recon.
We'll send this up, we'll go down to the scene, take a look, kind of assess the situation, what we have to deal with, and then we'll bring it back. Just like that.
Next, robots roll in and take out the threat without putting soldiers in harm's way.
Because I'm doing this, remotely, it's safer for me.
And if all else fails, then it's time to strap.
Bring the dummy in. Bring the gonium in. The cattle. The bomb protected cattle.
I'm a comfy blanket, you know. There you have it.
80 pounds of Kevlar is needed to x-ray this down drone and deem it safe before troops can move in.
Drones are always going to be around, kind of like IEDs. They're very effective, they're easy to do, but we just want to hyper-focus on it.
While machines are now clearly critical elements to the mission, senior Army leadership tells me well-rounded soldiers will always be needed to prepare for combat.
The Department of War is, full speed ahead right now. Betterment of our country and our ability to defend ourselves.
Alright, whatever. Anyway, they're gonna be using this, but not just for what's the opposite from domestic? Let me look that up. International threats. They're gonna be. What's the opposite from domestic? Hold on. What is the opposite word from domestic? Anyway, they ain't giving me what I'm trying. I'm trying to find the opposite word for domestic, but I guess international or somewhere outside. Then you got outside threats, but then you're gonna have inside threats, and they're gonna be most likely using all that drone shit for inside threat. And they got shit more advanced than that. That's gonna be for the for the men of the Lord. Yeah, they're gonna use that especially for the men of the Lord. Especially when Yahweh Shema shall lift up a standard. If you got angels protecting these men or whatever. Anyway, look at this last video. How much time I got? Hour and 22 minutes. Yeah, I got to say the last video. And then, it's funny. I had this video. I think it was from Dabu. Talking about Elon Musk talking about some damn... The brain chip is going to work so many miracles. You'll be like Jeebus on a Jeebus level. And that video got deleted. I was wondering where that video was at. I'm going to get to it.
Thank you for having me. I would be there in person, but this is...
I'm going to skip all this monkey-ass red nigger. Get to this part where he start talking about the most interesting part.
Robots in the world, and there will be people. And we'll also be having humanoid robots. You're seeing a lot of startups with humanoid robots. And my prediction is that there will be far more robots, like intelligent robots in the world, than there will be people. And I think this is most likely to be a good thing. You
hear this African booty scratcher Edomite nigger? Yeah, he's saying it's a good thing.
We always want to be a little paranoid or certainly not complacent about the safety of robots. But I think
but you're the one that's pushing this stuff.
In an age of not universal basic income, but universal high income.
Yeah, I mean, in order to get part of that system, you got to have the chip implant, the mark of the beast.
Right. Thank you. I think we have one of your robots out here in the exhibition, so that's also a lot of fun for everybody here. I'll go and take a look.
Optimus Subprime.
Exactly. When you think about, let's say, the most exciting development or breakthrough that you're working on right now.
Oh, I think it's the good part.
What do you think would be the one that people aren't talking about enough?
And they should be talking, especially you so-called prophets, from you other Israelites, you Israelite prophets. Y'all should be talking about this. The only people that talking about this, I know they're gonna talk about at the chip implant. The only prophets I know of is prophets of GMS and other camps. It's speaking the true doctrine like GMS is speaking of. But these other camps, like the IUICs and the Wi-Fi's, Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 7 connection, them niggas ain't saying shit. Anyway.
Well, I guess people are mostly aware of the rockets that SpaceX does.
Oh man, ain't talking about motherfucking rockets, man. Get the fuck out. I don't give a fuck about no rockets.
To succeed in doing that this year. The critical factor being
shooting penises up in the sky. Give a fuck about that shit.
That's a much bigger deal than people would realize. Come a spacefaring civilization aware of Neuralink, which are great. Perhaps to some degree, there's also people. Not that many people are aware of Neuralink, which is creating a cybernetic interface AI from your brain, and it has enabled people who have completely lost their brain-body connection to speak again and to use their computer and their phone. And we believe it will enable people to walk again, because you can take the signals from the brain, from the motor cortex, and if somebody has, say, a severe spinal injury, you can transmit those signals to a second neural implant and reanimate the body so that people can use their limbs and we think at some point live a normal life.
This is the Lying Wonders and Miracles Esau gonna perform using this technology, the brain chips. Second Corinthians chapter 11 verse 14, and no marvel for Satan. Talking about spiritual counterpart saying, ain't talking about they talking about the physical counterpart saying, not the spiritual. Because this nigga here, the physical counterpart ain't gonna come with technology that's gonna heal people. Yeah, and that's the so-called white man, but he ain't white. He's red. He's a baby dick sucking Jewish fucking nigger. And then you're gonna have other heathen nations doing the same thing too. Moab, especially Ammon. Yeah, with their brain interface technology. Cause them, outside of all the other heathens, besides Esau, outside of all these other heathens, Moab and Ammon are the main ones. Second to Esau, that's having all this type of technology too. Esau, Amalek. Anyway, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Like he's just the savior of all mankind with this technology that can help heal people and shit. The fuck out of here. And this shit can kill your ass, can blow your brain up, or give you cancer and shit.
Effectively bridging the signals from the brain to past the point in the spine where the damage has occurred. These are pretty wild. Things that are possible. And then later this year we expect to do our first implant for what we call blind sight, where even if somebody has lost both eyes or lost the optic nerve, or perhaps has not even been able to see, has never seen, even if they were blind at birth, it will give them initially limited vision, but I think over time very precise vision, perhaps superhuman vision. Restoring control of people who are tetraplegics.
Restoring control and taking control, especially if you take that mark of the beast, the brain chip implant. But then they can take control of your ass if you get the one that's about the size of a grain of rice. But they really want you to get that brain chip so they can take full control over you.
Storing sight, I think, are pretty big deals. That's sort of what you might call like sort of Jesus level or sort of technology.
Goddamn G-boy.
Big deals. That's sort of what you might call like sort of Jesus level or sort of technologies, you know.
Miracles.
You know that nigga find that funny.
Miracles. Yeah.
Miracles. Fucking red nigger.
That's exactly.
Fucking African booty scratcher, Edomite nigger.
I mean, miracles of science. Yeah.
Great, thank you. I have another question about the automotive world. If I bring you back to smart mobility.
Oh, that's boring. But now I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna talk about. But that part right there, yeah.
You know,
miracles.
Miracles, yes,
exactly, miracle. Yeah, man. Anyway, shit. Yeah, well, angel of light. This nigga is a damn devil. Hey, man. Hold on. Let me get some. We don't know what's going through this nigga mind. Look at him. He laughing. He like, he laughing, but you don't know what's going through his mind. This should be something serious. This should be groundbreaking technology that's gonna heal people. But then this nigga mind, he like, yeah, we gonna kill a bunch of motherfuckers and control a bunch of motherfuckers. That was going through his mind though. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 verse 10, never trust thy enemy, for his iron wrestles so his wickedness, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped an looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. This nigga, like I said, he trying to perceive himself as an angel of light, but this nigga's a fucking devil in the inside. Oh yeah, shit, this nigga a war was in his heart, in his mind. Rain coming, yo. It looks so bright outside, so sunny. Shit, and then it's gonna get back dark again. I got to get back to the same area and finish up the yards. I had cut some yards today using the push mower, and that shit was thick. I'm glad I got it out the way, some of it out the way. I got to go back to that same area and get the rest of the other houses. I only got 2 more houses in this subdivision I got to cut up with the push mower. Finish off with the weed eating, the edging, and blowing. But what else I got? Man, I'm so behind my yards. I don't give a shit. All they rain, man. I'm still gonna be behind. There's gonna be more days it's gonna rain, but I don't give a fuck. As long as I can get as much as I can when it comes to money to pay the bills, and just do it till this whole shit collapses, and I ain't got to do this shit no more. Where I left off at? Damn, I forgot what else. Oh yeah. What is the scripture I need to read? Oh yeah, when they're using the same technology to oppress people. Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice because it is in the power of their hand. They plan this stuff. The Lord is allowing them to do so because it's foreign in the movie, or the Lord's story. Yeah, there's going to be great trouble and trials and tribulations for you Israelites. And pretty much Esau gonna come with that great wrath with his soldiers, his super soldiers, his robots, humanoids, flying robots, drones, air, sea, land, all that shit. This nigga coming with all kind of weaponry. And the Lord gonna come and lift up a standard against this devil. Yeah, and it's gonna be spiritual. I don't know if it's gonna be angels or the Lord gonna give spiritual powers to men or just, stuff. I mean, go help out his elect. It ain't gonna be everybody. He gonna help out his elect of men, women, and children. Well, mostly the men, because the men are the prize. You know what I'm saying? The women, y'all need the men to be protected, and children too. You need the men to be protected, y'all. But it's also all the protection is coming from Yahweh by Shema Shah. We need protection from this fucking red nigga right here. Anyway, shit. And they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away, so they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Yep. Let me get one more scripture. Man. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And what won't tarry? Prophecies. And what are the prophecies? Well, Jacob's trouble. And what's going to be part of Jacob's trouble? Robots, World War III, famine, pestilence, all that stuff. And the mark of the beast, the chip implant. Just like this laughing little fucking faggot right here. Miracles. This nigga laughing. Shit. These niggas, oh man, I know they gonna have fun when they use this shit. Boy, they gonna have fun when they like, oof. But man, fuck that shit. But them Bible prophecies kicking in, bro. Yeah, and then the part of them gonna be that chip implant, and they gonna be coming in hard and promoting this shit, getting people lined up for that chip implants. Even if they have to starve people out, because that's what they're going to do too, to get people microchipped. There's going to be a way of forcing people into this system. But we pray like heaven, Lord, have mercy and protect us through this time, and we steer us away from this shit. Heck yeah. Man, this nigga. Anyway, that's all I got to say. I don't want to just stay on, keep recording without anything else to say, so I'm going to end it. But seek the Lord by seeking his prophets and take heed to what it's saying. Try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah by praying Yahweh Shema Shah, praising Yahweh Shema Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shema Shah, fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, and repenting to Yahweh Shema Shah. To all the men out there pushing this truth and nothing but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Keep on preach, keep on teach, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble. And for you few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order. Yahweh Shema Shah. Peace and bless to the hopeful elect and all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.